on the left side, it shows an inconsistent data of the inflation rate, which resulted that each of the year has its own factor that causes the issues. However, even the graph has shown the inconsistency, but as the table on the right side has clearly shown the upward and downward rate of the inflation rate, which we are also able to see the inflation rates throughout the year from 2009 until 2019 are still in a controllable rate, which is not above than 4.0%. Okay. In contrast, it is clear that the inflation rates among the years are in moderate control by the government, okay, to improve the Malaysian economy.
Next, data analysis. In 2009, the inflation rate was 0.58% with an annual change of negative 4.86%. In 2010, the inflation rate increased to 1.62%, marking an annual change of 1.04%. In 2011, there was a 1.55% annual shift in the inflation rate, which increased to 3.17%. In 2012, the inflation rate decreased to 1.66%, resulting in an annual change of negative 1.51%. In 2013, there was a modest 0.44% annual change in the inflation rate, which was 2.11%. In 2014, the inflation rate climbed to 3.14%, and the annual change was 1.04%.
In 2015, the inflation rate were slightly decreased compared to the last year, which was 2.10% with the decreased rate of 1.04%. Next, in 2016, there was a steady fall of inflation rate, which the inflation rate was 2.09% with the decreased rate of 0.01%. And in contrast, for the year of 2017, the inflation rate showed a significant increases compared to the last year, from 2.09% to 3.87% with the increased rate of 1.78%. However, start from the year of 2018, the inflation rate has shown a significant decline of their rates, and which resulted of the rate of 0.88% with the decreased rate of 2.99%. And lastly, in year of 2019, the inflation rate show a gradually reduced from the year of 2018, which from 0.88% to 0.66% of inflation rate, with the decreased rate of 0.22%.
Next, factor influencing the inflation rate from 2009 to 2014. The first factor is global economic environment. 2009 financial crisis aftermath. The global financial crisis of 2009 had lingering effects on the world economy, including Malaysia. Recovery efforts influenced inflationary trends with influctuating global demand and commodity prices impacting Malaysia's import and export activities. Second one is subsidy rationalization. The Malaysian government began rationalizing subsidy on fuels, sugar, and other essential goods. Reducing subsidy led to increased prices for this item, contributing to inflationary pressure. And the third one is consumption patterns and consumer behavior households. Consumptions. Changes in consumer spending pattern influenced by income levels, employment rates, and consumer confidence impacted demand pull inflation. Demographic changes. Malaysia's demographic trends, including urbanization and population growth, influence consumption patterns and demand for housing, transportation, and food, thereby affecting inflation. Next factor is education costs. Tuition fees. Increases in tuition fee for private and higher education institutions contributed to rising living costs, school-related expenses, costs for school supplies, uniforms, and other educational expenses also influence inflation. After that, housing market dynamic, public transportation. Changes in public transportation fares due to subsidy cuts, operational cost increases, or policy shift affecting living costs and inflation. Automotive sector. Changes in taxes, duties, and policies affecting the automotive sector influence vehicle prices and related costs, such as maintenance and insurance. And the last factor that influenced the inflation rate from 2009 to 2014 is technological advancements. Productivity gains, advance in technology, and improvement in productivity help mitigate some inflationary pressure by reducing production costs. E-commerce growth. The rise of e-commerce and digital marketplaces affecting retail prices and consumer behavior, influencing inflation dynamics.
After that, I will continue with the factor influencing the inflation rate from 2015 to 2019. The first factor is Goods and Service Tax (GST) implementation. GST introduced in 2015 on April 1, 2015, Malaysia implemented a 6% GST replacing the previous sales and service tax system. This change increased the price of many goods and services, contributing to the 2.1% inflation rate in 2015. GST impact in subsequent years. The lingering effect of GST continued to influence inflation through 2016 and 2017, with higher consumer price reflecting the new tax structure. The second factor is fuel price adjustment and global oil price. 2015 to 2017 fuel price change. The Malaysian government removed fuel subsidy in 2014, causing domestic fuel price to be more closely tied to global oil price. Fluctuation in global oil price significantly impact inflation. 2017 oil price recovery. A recovery in global oil price in 2017 led to higher fuel costs, pushing the inflation rate to 3.87%, the highest in the 5-year period. This was coupled with the higher base effect due to the GST implementation. Next is exchange rate fluctuation, ringgit depreciation. The Malaysian ringgit experienced depreciation during this period, particularly in 2015 and 2016. Due to falling oil price and political uncertainties, a weaker ringgit made import more expensive, contributing to higher inflation. Exchange rate stabilization. By 2018 and 2019, the ringgit had somewhat stabilized, contributing to lower import costs and a corresponding decrease in inflation. Furthermore, the factor is transition from GST to Sales and Service Tax (SST). 2018 GST removal. On June 1, 2018, the new government zero-rated the GST as a precursor to its abolition. This effectively removed the tax on goods and services for several months, leading to a sharp decline in inflation to 0.88%. SST implementation. On September 1, 2018, the SST was reintroduced at rate of 5% and 10% for various goods and services. The impact of SST was less significant than GST, leading to continued low inflation in 2019 at 0.66%.
Next,
We are moving to the policies implemented to control inflation. The first one is fuel subsidy rationalization. The government reduced fuel subsidies and moved it to a system where fuel price could flow based on global oil price. This means that when oil price went up, authorities could raise domestic fuel price to keep inflation in check. And when oil price decreased, some businesses has less incentive to lower their price, so the drop in inflation was smaller. Then, the second policy is the replacement of GST with SST. The government abolished the 6% goods and service tax, which is GST, and replaced it with the narrower 10% sales and service tax, SST. This led to lower price for many goods and services, which were previously subject to GST. It was a win-win situation in which consumers pay less while business enjoy cheaper costs. As a result, the inflation is lower overall. Moving on to the third policy, which is stabilizing fuel price with a ceiling price mechanism. The government introduced a ceiling price for fuel to protect consumers from high and soaring petrol price. This passed the saving from cheaper fuel directly to people's pockets immediately. It helped lower inflation by reducing fuel costs for both businesses and households. Finally, the government has been working to reduce the budget deficit through fiscal consolidation. This has helped keep Malaysia's credit ratings high, and also, this careful financial management has contributed greatly to our economy stability and low inflation. Overall, this policy has helped Malaysia keep inflation low and our economy strong. By managing inflation with the right policies, we can keep the price stable while promoting growth and prosperity for all Malaysians.
Hi, my name is Turkasri Anaprapa Palini and my metric number is 300060. And coming to this inflation period, we have several key observations during this period of the time, such as moderate inflation rate, global economical condition, subsidy reforms, and also economic politics. Coming to the first key, which is moderate inflation rate. The moderate inflation rate has been quite moderate, which is ranging from less than 3% and sometimes to 1%. And the second key observation, which is global economical condition, coming to global economical condition, major events in the world economy, such as recovery from the 2008 financial crisis, the oil price has been increased. It also giving impact to the Malaysia's inflation. For example, high global oil prices have increased the transportation and production costs. And coming to the third key of observation, subsidy reforms, which is in 2014, Malaysia government began to gradual process of withdrawing the subsidies, particularly for fuels. As a result, it gave a big impact to the economic. And last but not least, coming to the economic politics, which is Bank Negara Malaysia's monetary policies. Coming to the conclusion part, thus from 2009 to 2019, Malaysia has been experiencing inflation due to internal and external causes. As we all know, inflation has been measured by CPI, which is Consumer Price Index, and it has remained moderate as a result of successful and fiscal policies implemented by Malaysia and also Bank Negara. Not only that, between 2009 and 2019, Malaysia experienced the moderate inflation rate, with the upset being moderate enough to be easily controlled by the authorities as a part of economic support measure. Thank you.